Hello there, traveler. If you're seeing this video, it means you need to take a break and make something delicious. Why not join me in the kitchen? Today we will be making Bilbo Baggins' 111th birthday cake. Although we only know what the cake looks like in the film, we do know that in the books it is described as having fresh flowers. So let's try to incorporate that into a fruity, floral final product, which means I'm going to make a honey and chamomile syrup for the cake. To begin, we'll take a half cup of water and 1 cup of honey and stir that over the stove until it's simmering, and keep that at a heat for about 5 minutes. Then we can remove it from the heat and add in 3 bags of chamomile tea, allowing that to steep for about 10 minutes. Then we'll jar that up and set it in the fridge until we need it. For the cake base, I'm going to assume that this is a British style cake, so we're going to adapt a Victoria sponge cake recipe. We need to start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and for this we'll either need 2 8-inch springform pans, and we'll need to line them with a small circle of parchment, or something similar. I'm using 2 much larger springform pans. To cut a circle, just fold your parchment pieces into a triangle, put the tip into the center, and cut accordingly, rounding out the outer edge. We can spray those down and set them aside. For the base of the cake, we'll need to either use an electric handheld mixer or a stand mixer. We're going to add in 230 grams of flour, 230 grams of powdered sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 230 grams of softened butter, and 4 eggs, and start whisking. You want to closely watch this because we're going to stop the mixer as soon as it comes together. If you have 2 equally sized pans, what I would recommend next is weighing out the batter and then evenly splitting it between the 2 pans to ensure they're similar in size. For me, I have a bigger pan and a smaller pan, so I'm just going to eyeball it. They are then going to go into the oven and bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. The top should be nice and golden. Leave them in the tins for a bit before moving them to a wire rack. Once they're completely cooled down, and I do mean completely, we can then put our syrup on top, just slightly brushing down both layers. Sponge cake can be pretty dry, so it's important for the final texture that this is done. If you absolutely need to fridge these, you can, wrapping them up in plastic wrap, but I would recommend baking these day of. Let's leave those out while we work on the frosting. For this, we're going to go with a cream-based option. We're going to take about 150 milliliters of whipping cream, and using either a handheld or stand mixer, add in a little bit of granulated sugar at a time and whip it until soft peaks. You can also add in a vanilla flavoring. I would recommend adding in a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar and a small pinch of salt for this, just for the flavor. How sweet it ends up being will be entirely up to your taste. To frost, you can either work this with an offset or rubber spatula, just trying to get a relatively smooth layer. Bilbo's cake is quite rustic, so this doesn't need to be perfect. And the cake caught on fire in the movie, so you'll do better than that. I'm going to completely frost the first layer, then add on the second and do the same. If you would like, you can also add in a layer of jam to the middle. When it is covered and smooth enough for your liking, I'm then going to start adding in the berries, as well as some dried roses, and some dried lavender as well. Now let's take a look at this. This is definitely worth the effort to make it for a party, but of course making a whole cake is a challenge to eat, unless you have a big group of people. This isn't the most delicate cake, but it has a wonderful honey flavor to it, and I think I might try to make it again for a garden party in the summer. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Be safe out there, traveler.